Hi everyone, happy Thursday. Today we are going to be making a pouch out of this chunky glitter sheet. On the top it feels like cardboard, and on the back it feels like pleather. This is how the sheet sounds like. It sounds like sandpaper because all of the glitter that's on it. A little bit of warning, your sewing needle might break on your machine while you're sewing, so I would wear protective goggles in case the needle comes flying out. I will also have extra sewing needles on hand. They do make stronger needles that they use to sew denim. You can buy some in any craft store. But even when I was sewing the sheet in half, the needle didn't break, but I will still be very careful. So things that you will need to make this pouch are any color of chunky sheet glitter. I bought this one in Hobby Lobby for $1.99. The brand is Crafts. The size of this sheet is 8.3 inches by 11.7 inches or 21 centimeters by 29.7 centimeters. A matching zipper. You can use any color you want, but if you want your pouch to somewhat match, you can use the same color. You can also coordinate your thread. I am also using pink. And of course, you will need your sewing machine. I have my Brother Project Runway edition. I'm never sponsored. We're also going to need a zipper foot because we're going to be using a zipper for our project. So as long as you have a long enough zipper, you can make your pouch to be long in length and short in height, and you can just use this as like a pencil case or a paintbrush case, or you can just do it like a regular pouch where you could put your makeup in or whatever you want. But if you do it the long way, it might be hard to turn around because we're going to be sewing on the wrong side, the zipper on the wrong side, and you're going to be flipping it the right way. And since this is a very stiff sheet, it might be hard to turn around, so I would suggest to just do a regular size pouch. So we're going to work on the wrong side of the sheet, so the zipper also has to be on the wrong side or upside down. This is the zipper pull. We're going to work on the other side, the wrong side, and we're going to open our zipper a little bit. This will be upside down, this side will be the left side, and this will be the right side of the zipper. We're going to line up our sheet. We're going to line it not so close to the zipper teeth because it will be hard to open or close your zipper. We're gonna try and leave a little bit of space, like just like that, just a little bit of space, just a little bit. Yeah. Since we're using a zipper, we're going to need a zipper foot. Let me just install it quickly. We're going to sew with the zipper pull upside down. The teeth will go close to the edge of the sheet, but remember to leave a little space between so we don't have a hard time opening the zipper. And we are sewing on the left side of the zipper. I moved my zipper foot to the right spot, and here I'm moving my needle so it won't hit the foot by mistake. You do that by touching the second set of buttons that are on the right side of the LED screen. They're the minus or plus buttons. Now we can sew a normal straight stitch, but you can also do the zigzag stitch to give it a little bit more strength. Please remember to sew slowly. We don't have to backstitch on either end. So this is what we have. This is what the front looks like. You can barely see the thread because I coordinated my thread to the sheet, the color, and it's very easy to open, so that's good. Now is the front side. Our sheet is on the right side of the zipper. Now we are going to sew the other side, so we have to fold it in half, but remember we are working on the wrong side of the fabric, so the wrong side will be outside, and we just have to line up the left side of the zipper to the wrong side of the sheet. Hopefully you can see what I'm trying to explain. Now, since we don't want to sew our bag like this together, we are going to fully open the zipper. Since our zipper is open, we have to make sure that it's not tangled, that is straight. So our zipper teeth will be outside of the sheet, not on the inside. Just like this, we have to line it up. I find it easy to sew the folded part of the sheet right in the space of the sewing machine instead of facing it on the outside, but you can sew either way. We have to make sure that we don't sew the other side of the sheet by mistake. Try to move it out of the way as much as you can. And now we're just going to sew like normal straight stitch. We don't have to back stitch. This is what we have. Again, you can barely see the thread or the stitching outside. Now we can close our zipper temporarily. Now we can sew the sides of our pouch. Try not to sew too close to the zipper stopper. Since we're going to sew the sides of our pouch, we can open the zipper a little bit. I'm going to sew the sides about 5/8 of a seam allowance, or the width of the sewing foot. To have some strength of our stitching, we're going to backstitch on both ends. Again, please make sure to sew slowly. So this is what we have. You can sew the ends a little bit into a triangle to give it a little bit of height, but since this is a very stiff sheet, it might break if you try to sew it, so I would just leave it as it is. You can take your scissors and trim a little bit of the excess, but try to make sure that it's not too close to your stitching. Now we can do the same thing to the other side, but first make sure to open your zipper halfway so we can turn our work over, but make sure that the zipper doesn't go past to where you're going. We are going to leave about 5/8 of a seam allowance, and again we're going to backstitch on both ends. Now we can cut the excess with our scissors, but making sure that it's not close to your stitching. And also we're going to cut the excess of the zipper as well. And we are done with our pouch. Now we have to open our zipper fully so we can just turn our work. It might be a little bit difficult, but you can do it. Now it's time to turn our work over. Since this sheet is so stiff, it might be hard, but it's not impossible. You just have to do it just carefully. Now you have to try and push the seams a little bit in from the inside so it's not so bunched up, just like so. I'm going to do this on the other side as well. And there we have it, our own pouch. Isn't it very pretty? I was afraid that my sewing machine wasn't going to be able to sew this very stiff fabric, but it sewed very easily, and this is what the inside looks like. Very, very pretty. So the pouch is 7.5 inches wide and almost 6 inches in height. Thank you everybody for watching. As always, you can follow me on my social media sites. You can also find me on Etsy. My name there is Daily Ordinary. I'm going to be selling these pouches there, so please keep a lookout. Have a good Thursday, everybody.